that under the 1999 Constitution, a person can only be elected to the office of the governor or president for 2 terms of office of 4 years. Now, there is no dispute that President Goodluck Jonathan was the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria when, unfortunately, President Yar'Adua died.
Yes.
And he spent 2 years completing the tenure of office of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Then, as of right, he got elected in his own right for a period of 4 years, which he spent. And
from 2011 to 2015.
2011 to 2015. When he was seeking the re-election to contest the election for 2015, I was of the view, and I still hold that view tenaciously, that he was not qualified to run for that office.
My people, the future of Nigeria is in our hands. 2027 is not just another election, it is a battle for the soul of our democracy. If I told you that former President Goodluck Jonathan's return in 2027 could break the constitution itself, yes, you heard right. One of the Nigerian's top legal minds, a senior advocate of Nigeria, is warning that Jonathan's comeback bid might be illegal, unconstitutional, and dangerous for our democracy. Imagine the chaos if a former leader pushes beyond the 8-year limit set by law, stretching his rule to 10 full years. Is this the kind of future Nigeria deserves? Or should 2027 be the year we finally break free from recycled leaders and demand a new direction for our country? Stay with me, because this revelation changes everything about the road to 2027.
There is no dispute that President Goodluck Jonathan was the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria when, unfortunately, President Yar'Adua died.
Yes.
And he spent 2 years completing the tenure of office of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Then, as of right, he got elected in his own right for a period of 4 years, which he spent. And
from 2011 to 2015.
2011 to 2015. When he was seeking the re-election to contest the election for 2015, I was of the view, and I still hold that view tenaciously, that he was not qualified to run for that office on the basis of the Supreme Court decision that interpreted the provisions that a person is qualified, how many years a person is qualified to stay in office. And my argument was simple, devoid of any legalistic arguments rooted in legal confusion. Let's make the simple mathematics.
Yeah.
The 1999 Constitution was the constitution under which President Umaru Yar'Adua and President Goodluck Jonathan contested election. And the Constitution says you cannot qualify to run for the office of the president except you nominate a person who is equally qualified to become president as your running mate. So President Goodluck Jonathan was nominated. He ran for the tenure office of the presidency with President Goodluck Jonathan. Unfortunately, President Yar'Adua died and he took over. So as of today, under the 1999 Constitution, President Jonathan had spent 6 years in office. 2 years as president, serving the remainder of the tenure of the office occupied by late President Yar'Adua. 4 years in his right, making a cumulative years of 6 years. Now, if he runs for 2027 and he wins, question is, under what constitution did he run? 1999 Constitution. How many years has he served under that constitution? 6 years. 6 years plus 4 years, making a period of 10 years. That one will be contrary to the decisions of the Supreme Court that the time fixed by the Constitution for tenure of office is like the rock of Gibraltar that cannot be elongated and it cannot be moved.
Okay.
Secondly, before then, and to put pay to this what looks like constitutional ambiguity, the National Assembly came with the Fourth Alteration Act, and that Fourth Alteration Act was passed on the 7th of June 2018, and that is the Fourth Alteration Act that says expressly a person who was sworn in as president to complete the term for which another person was elected as president shall be elected to such office shall not be elected to such office for more than a single term.
Yes.
So the question is, did President Goodluck Jonathan complete the tenure of office of President Yaradua? Answer is yes. Did he win election for another single term under the 1999 Constitution? The answer is yes.
Okay.
Forget about the argument.
So, senior advocate, you said a lot.
There is an argument
yes,
that says that the amendment does not take retrospective effect.
And that was my next question. Since it came into force in 2018, is it retroactive?
It is not a matter of retroactivity. It's a question of what constitution. The 2018 did not bring in a new constitution.
But it was an alteration.
It was an alteration of existing constitution.
And all of this under President Jonathan happened before it happened.
Sorry?
All of the circumstances surrounding former President Goodluck Jonathan happened before 2018.
What was the alteration of 2018 altered? It altered the 1999 Constitution.
So in other words, you are saying
there is no new constitution in 2018.
So are you saying it is retroactive? Is it retroactive or not?
It is not a matter of retroactive. It is a matter of calculation. Don't confuse calculation with retroactivity. Will the President Jonathan contesting this election under another constitution?
But in law, isn't it a principle of being retroactive or non-retroactive?
When you talk about retroactive, it is talked about the vested right. Does he have a vested right to the presidency?
He has a vested right to contest. To
he does not have a vested right. No, until he's even nominated by a political party.
Okay.
So if he has not acquired the right before this amendment, but in any case, if we go by the decisions of the Supreme Court about calculation of how many years you are to do, then let us calculate how many years will President Goodluck Jonathan do should he win election in 2027.
What about the arguments for those who say former President Jonathan was only elected once, and that was in 2011. The first time in office was by virtue of succession, and so that should not count as
being complete the tenure of office of a person elected under the 1999 Constitution.
So that argument doesn't stand.
The question should be, did he complete the tenure of office of President Yaradua? The answer is yes. How many years? 2 years. Did he win election into that office once on his own right? The answer is yes. When was that? 2009. 2011.
Yes.
Under what constitution was that election conducted? The 1999 Constitution. The Fourth Alteration amended which constitution? The 1999 Constitution. It was not a new constitution.
Okay. All right. So what are the concerns here beyond the term elongation, which you seem to be highlighting in terms of years? That's
political question. I'm not a politician.
You're not a politician. But what are your concerns? Should he,
should
he, one, emerge as a candidate of a political party? Two, should he win the election? What are your concerns?
My concern will be that there will be a constitutional violation, because the Constitution is the ground norm, and it is the former President Goodluck Jonathan that himself said that his ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian, and I think that his ambition is not worth a violation of Nigerian Constitution. That's my view. I don't know him. I don't hold brief for anybody. But in 2013 that I wrote this article, you can Google it. It's there. I gave elaborate view on the reasons why I held that view before this alteration. And in order to clear the doubts, Parliament now made it clear. When people talk about retrospective enactment, there was no new constitution enacted in 2018. And if you borrow the principles of even an amendment relates back to the date that the matter was filed in court. For instance, if you file a process today and you amend it in 10 years' time, it relates back to the date the matter was. So the 1999 Constitution was amended by the fourth alteration
of 2018.
Of 2018 to bring the intention of Parliament to bear that you cannot have more than 8 years in office. And the Nigerian Constitution does not provide that you can be elected for 4 years and you do 2 years and leave. In asking the question, how many years had President Goodluck Jonathan spent as President of Nigeria under the 1999 Constitution?
And you believe that was the spirit behind this alteration by the National Assembly, because some would say it was no fault of President Jonathan that unfortunately his predecessor died and he had to complete his term. But as a Nigerian, that the Constitution allows for him to run for 2-year term, or 1 year or 4 years, and a maximum of 2 years for president. He cannot do that because he completed somebody's tenure.
You see, for every choice we make, there are advantages and disadvantages. If you chose to run as vice president or deputy governor and you are caught up by constitutional disqualification, you cannot complain, because volunteer non fit injuria. If you volunteer, you can't complain. I wish that President Goodluck Jonathan remains a statesman that he is, because in the history of Nigeria, he's the only president that did not engage in extrajudicial and extra unconstitutional. I have tremendous respect for him. And I think, in my view, as president of Nigeria, his role now should be a role of a statesman. And then, being a statesman, he can be a kingmaker, not necessarily the king. And so, if he's dissatisfied that something is not right, and he wants to put it right, then he can look for any Nigerians that have the impeccable character, understanding, competence. Then he will back such a person, and then we will save ourselves from these arguments. And you think that it will not amount to, with profound respect, a reckless hazard for Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan to hazard into the race, giving his patriotic zeal to see that things is done right. In my view, that patriotism can be actualized through a process of a choice he will make outside of himself.